Hi, everybody, and welcome. Yay! It's Sunday, Sunday.
Yay.
And I'm really blessed to have Terri Suzuki with me today. Thank you for being here, sweetie.
Well, thank you for asking me. It's a lot of
Of
I
course.
love this show, and I have a feeling it's going to be really cool today. I
I
got
think
a
you're
lot of
right. I
things.
think yeah. I got a
Yep.
lot of things too. Interesting. I watched this show on Prime last night, and it was called Jonah, Jonah.
Hmm.
And it's free. It's on Amazon if you have Amazon. And
Hmm.
it was about an alien abduction of a young boy. And it wasn't the best movie as far as acting and all that stuff, but it was timely. It was very, very timely. And it was like,
Wow.
wow. Yeah, the messages the little boy came back with and things like that. It was just something that I thought, ooh, this is something I think everybody could get something from. But
Hmm.
anyway, it wasn't a feel good, warm movie though. But it
Oh,
wasn't also, but it also wasn't that the ETs are all going to kill us or anything like that. It isn't like that. So that's just forewarning. It's not like ET, but it's not like Independence Day either. So there you
hmm.
go. Yeah.
Yay. Well,
So, yay is right. Yes. So, we're going to go ahead and take some questions from everybody, and I'll say hello to all of you. And Terri and I are going to banter for a minute, and then I'm going to let her open up the Akashic Records. So I want you to know that you can request a reading, psychic, medium, Akashic Records, whatever you'd like. The more specific you are, the easier it is for Terri. So if it's a person you want to get a hold of, make sure you give us their first name, give us the relationship, and it can be a friend. It doesn't have to be a parent or anything. And if it's the Akashic Records, maybe you have, for instance, why is it that I'm afraid of snakes in this lifetime? Or it can be anything you want. Did I have a lifetime in this country? Something like that for Terri.
hmm.
All right. Kim, you sure can. Give us a little bit more, though. Go ahead, Terri.
Yeah. I was just going to say that to Kim B. Sure. But
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's very broad. So, and that could
yeah,
take
yeah,
time too. So if you have a more
yeah.
specific thing, that's good. Like,
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
Ali said, uh, or something like, what's affecting me in this lifetime that maybe I picked up in another lifetime, or even
Or
questions
did I
about,
have who was my husband and I, were we in a past life together, or what were
yeah,
we, or what relationship, or yeah, you can ask
yeah,
anything.
or
I
what.
know it's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
My favorite part of the Akashic Records is really about, what I wanna know about this life. Like,
yeah, mhm,
how can I
yeah,
improve my frequency with money? How can I,
yeah.
improve my frequency with health? Or, if you can think it up, I can figure out the question. Because there's a
How
so
can
yeah.
I prove my frequency to win the lottery?
Well, they probably won't
I'm
talk about
I'm
that
joking.
because
I'm
yeah,
joking. They
I
will
know
go,
you are.
"Nope, nope, nope." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right, Kim, that's better. I'll take that one. All right.
Yay.
Uh,
Okay.
yay. All right. Okay, Charlie, that's great. Hi, Mary Thornberry. The heat's back on. Shall we sing it, Mary? The heat is on. It's on the street.
It is
The
it is
heat is
on.
boom, 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 boom. I think they just did a new Eddie Murphy. I haven't watched it, but there's a new Eddie Murphy from what's that, like the 80s, when he was Axel and he was the Beverly
Oh,
Hills cop or something. There's a new one, and he's like, 60 or 65.
I'm gonna say, "Oh my god, we're old."
Oh my
How
God.
does that
Oh, how does that happen, right? How does that happen? Oh, heavens. Yeah, I know. You look down and you just, well, my girlfriend isn't coming she didn't feel well, and so she was supposed to be here for a month with me this summer, and she couldn't come. So I had
Mhm.
planned on us going to this Happy Together um, concert of bands like the Turtles and the Cowsills and all this stuff at Puyallup Fair. And Keith can't go. And so I said to my son, "Would you be willing to go to an old ladies concert with her?" And sure, Mom, let's do it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what is this, honey? We got GOP stuff coming through? Cringy video? Oh
Mm.
my God.
Well, they're
Oh,
always going to keep trying.
oh, I'm so sorry though. That's just not my thing at all. And this is like a medium show. Oh, I'm sorry you had to put up with that. You know me. You know, yeah. Turn it off until you get here. I am so sorry that
Oh,
happened. Wow.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't get to choose that. So,
I
yeah.
know. I know. And yeah, don't like it at all. I'm sorry. I've never seen one before. I've never seen a political ad before. Have you ever seen it
I have. And
on a spiritual show though?
not on a spiritual
Okay.
show, but
All
I
right.
have seen it on some of the shows I like, but they're not anywhere related to politics. So I don't know.
Okay. Very strange. Very strange. It might be getting back at me for my one show that I do that is politically, is the story cards we do on Friday night, every other Friday night. They
Right?
might be
I
going, well,
know that's fine.
turnabout is fair play.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I do think
All
they're
right. I'm gonna
risky.
Oh, I do too. Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I had the other night I had the Tarot Destroyer, but this time it said Lesbian Tarot Destroyer. And I thought, well, that's a new one. I'm like, I'm all about fair, but on a tarot destroyer, it just seemed
Oh
funny.
my goodness.
It was just funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's say hi and then you can open up the Akashic
Okay.
records. So Craig, hello, and Sonia. Sonia, you're going to change your question. All right. I'm going to keep the other one up for now until I see it. Karen Doyle. Hi, Danny Marie and Rush. Charlie's here. Hi, Book. And Kim B and CJ and Denise Fletcher and Warrior Girl. Good to see you, girlfriend. And Mary Thornberry and Jen Bowles, Marilla. Oh God, imagine if Marilla's watching it. She has to watch American politics play out in advertising. Now that stinks. She's from Canada. She don't have to listen to that. All right. Let's see. Christine Fryer is here. Anya, you have an old peacock friend? Ooh, I love that. Carl's here. Ba, 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 ba. All right. Let's see. Book has a question. Thank you, Book. All right. I'm getting down here. Oh, well, you're a sweetheart, Jen. I'm sorry that you don't ever have to do that for those kind of ads. So you just go right through them. I don't get paid that much for them anyway, honey, to be honest with you. Very, very little. So it's okay. I appreciate it though. All right. Denise, got your question. Hi, Randy. Hello, dear. Beverly S. All right. I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I am sorry and welcome. And thank you all for being here. So, Terri, you have the stage.
Okay. Well, so everybody knows I'm a psychic medium and an Akashic Records reader, so I can answer your psychic questions, your mediumship questions, and Akashic Records. But with Akashic Records, I have to ask permission because these records are your records and your records alone. Only you can open them up. I mean, I can open them up, but only with your permission. So I'm going to quickly, I did notice there are some Akashic questions. So so that I don't have to do this one by one and take up too much time. I'm going to say the prayer of protection, then I'm going to say the key and put us all under. If you don't want Akashic records read, that's okay. You can just not agree to this inside. You don't have to say anything. So here's the prayer of protection. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We access Metatron's grid of opalescent light to help us access our higher selves. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters and ascended masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. And so it is. So I'm going to say the key now. We open ourselves to the light. And with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so the people watching this live and the people on the replay is given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance is most beneficial for them in this moment. I have to repeat that twice to myself. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of the people watching live and those on the replay to receive the record of their soul. Okay. I should also let everybody know that even if you don't hear me close them after we're done, I do indeed close them. So
yes, I would say, and you know what? If you didn't ever want them read, then you've got them closed already. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, it saves her time to do them in the middle of the thing. So let me tell you who I have. First of all, please be here to be read. It's very important for Terri to be able to touch in on whoever it is you're asking about or whatever it is you're doing. So we will ask, are you here? So Teacher Barbara, I know Craig is here, and Sonia, I know you are here, but Teacher Barbara, are you here? I need to know you're here. Then I have Craig, Sonia, Danny Marie, Karen Doyle, Charlie, Kim, Warrior Girl, Marilla, Carl, Anya, Book, Denise. Okay. And that's all we're going to have time for. I hope we can get to all those today. So anyway, yeah. And Warrior Girl, I hope Mom is okay. Reading in the chat that your mom was not feeling well. We want to send lots of love and healing if that's needed for your mama. So, oh, she transitioned on 8/18. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm sorry, dear. My condolences. My condolences. Much love. Much love. She's going to be here waiting to talk to you in a little while. So come back and probably not right now, but yeah. Yep. All right.
I'm finding
so
that they come back. Oh, I'm saying I'm
faster than we think.
Much sooner now. It's really about people's.
Yeah. There's less of a I don't know if the word is stigma or not, but it's like, yeah, I'm in a different place. Okay. I'm still here, So yeah. Anyway, still hard for those of us left behind. Anyway. All right. Yes. Teacher Barbara, are you here? You woke up the minute she passed. I bet you did, my sweet girl. Well, lots and lots of love to you. All right. Danny, you're here. Good. Let's see.
Carl's here.
Carl's here. Carl has been chomping at the bit to see you. So I'm going to move into Craig only because he's here. And Teacher Barbara has not answered if she's here. So can you ask Terri to speak to Grandpa Ralph? He was a taskmaster, so I feel I'm letting him down. Does he have anything to say about me? How does he feel about me and mediumship?
Okay.
Hi, Connie.
Huh. Well, when I saw your question, Craig, I immediately just kind of tapped in, and right away I got that he is in no way disappointed in you at all.
Mhm.
In fact, he knows that now, knowing what he knows now, he would have changed that being a taskmaster because that's not really that necessary. Because, it's good that we learn how to accomplish things, but it's not really the energy that we really want to have any longer. And so he does, let me just tap in, he does apologize for that. Just know you're doing a great job in life. He is actually very impressed about what you do. He's impressed at how much balancing you do. Like he's showing me uh, going to Los Angeles. He's showing me your cars. He's showing me Clara and your mom. Just like there's a lot that you're doing, and he is happy about that. He is doing one thing that is very interesting to me, and I just kind of want to follow it a bit to see what he's doing. And I noticed that he's kind of squatting down, and the dirt is kind of light. And I notice he's drawing with his finger in the dirt, and he's drawing the medicine wheel, the one that's north,
Oh,
south,
yeah.
east, west. He's drawing that in the
Mhm.
dirt. So, Ralph, what are you trying to say to us? So he's saying always, it is helpful for you, not always, it's helpful for you to stick to traditions of your people, traditions of where you're living. I think that's why he's using the medicine wheel that would be very prominent where you live. Always tap back into what you know. This is part of you, the medicine wheel and the
Yeah.
knowing about how how to be a psychic medium. So he's just encouraging
Yeah.
you to keep going and to tap back into the deep knowing that's already present in you.
Yeah. I got very similar cards, Craig. The first one is he wants you to know you are sovereign over your own body, your own choices, your own lifestyle, your own, whatever it is that you want. And up here, we realize that judgment doesn't work. So being a taskmaster and being a judgmental guy, I'm not that way anymore. And I'm sorry I was that way. It was the times, Craig. It was how I was brought up. But you are doing what you love. And so you're the one that chooses your life. He says, and don't forget sometimes to be a wise guy. He says, you know, I love this card. It's kind of like, you know, he's giving you some shade. In other words, he's saying, you are a man that's old enough to figure out what you want. And so don't you worry about old Gramps, and it's our ancestors that we revere. And so we don't want to disappoint them. But at the same time, he's saying, you're not disappointing me at all. And he says, please, he says, forgiveness and faith in an act of love. Please forgive me. I'm sorry if I was that way with you, but I hope we had some memories that we shared that were really, really awesome as well. So I think they get up there and they go, holy shit. They review their lives and they say, oh, wow, I did. Because you, not only do you get what you were feeling at the time, but you get what the other person was feeling. And
Right.
that's very humbling. It's like, oh, wow, I had no idea I created that effect on somebody. So anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Hi, Karen Robinson. Nice to see you. All right. So the next one we get is a question from Sonia. Can you see if I've been in Russia or Turkey before, and what was I doing in a past life? Yeah.
Okay. So, dear Akashic Records Masters, I'm just talking to mine real quick. Thank
Yep.
you for meeting me here. And Heavenly Blessed Honey has a question. Did you say her name is Sonia?
Sonia. Mm-hmm.
Sonia. I'm just going to
Sonia
show her
Pinola.
that.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
You please show
Yeah.
me Sonia. Help me meet Sonia's Akashic Records Masters. Okay. So, dear Akashic Records Masters, could you tell me, has Sonia had past lives in Russia or Turkey? Yes. So right away they're showing me Turkey. There is an ancient place of worship, and I don't know the name of it. It's something Tep, and that you were a priest there. That you have had a long time in service in that country. This is one of the reasons why that you're very drawn to the spiritual, because this was I mean, you were working there. You were helping change people even back then.
Mm.
Okay. Is there anything else Sonia needs to know about that time? It seems like this was a life that so many things were set in motion for you that are part of your life now, that kind of really kind of help keeps you stable. I see a kind of stability in you. So there you
Mm.
go. And if
Beautiful.
anyone remembers the name of
Um,
that architectural, that sort of the act, they were the big dig that they're doing right now on that. I just completely, the name is.
oh, over in Turkey, I've been watching. Is that what you're talking about?
Mhm.
I've been watching a lot of the things they're finding under the ground, like whole cities buried
Right.
like under 6 feet of sand or whatever. It's amazing. Yeah, I can't remember it either though. Sonia, the card I pulled, which are the Akashic Records cards, says that the time you spend in Turkey helped you to become more authentic because you weren't designed to fit in. It says break away from anybody's expectations and you'll be a magnet for success. I think that's the lesson you learned. In other words, you don't have to fit in, even though I think at that time it was more important that you did. It was easier if you just fit in, but you don't have to do that anymore. And that's the lesson that you learned to bring forward to this one, that you could live authentically whichever way you wanted to. So thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. The next one we have is Danny Marie. She's going on a trip in December. Any guidance of what to expect?
Okay. Heart, Danny Marie's heart, Danny Marie's heart. Dear angels and guides of Danny. Tell me a little bit more, please. Okay, so Danny Marie, when I'm tuning into you, your spirit, and then tuning into December, this trip in December. It's very interesting. They immediately put the image of a shoebill stork. The shoebill, they're huge birds in Africa, right in my vision. I'm just this huge shoebill stork, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by this? So, a few things about shoebill storks. They are apex predators, by the way. They
Uh-huh.
can scoop up, eat, and kill things really fast. They make a chattering noise with their bills. It's very loud that can go over time. And they are very loud too. They have a very loud call. And so I'm asking, what does this mean for her on this trip? Then I got moderate yourself. So in other words, when you're
Uh-huh.
on this trip, be aware that you are a very powerful being. You have a lot of presence, whether you know it or not. You actually do. And so they're saying that you're going to have times where you're going to have to realize that you will have to, um, I guess the only way to say it is bite your tongue. Once in a great while, you're going to have to on this trip. Um, and,
Yeah.
but at the same time, recognize that you have a lot of power. So if things are going wrong, you can call forth that kind of the bravado of a shoebill stork. I mean, they're very quiet when they're just
Yep.
standing there, and you would never think that they're so powerful. So they're saying, please be in touch with your power during this time. Be in touch with who you are, but also you might have to moderate it just a bit to keep the peace.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I
Yep.
hope that means
Wonderful.
something for you.
Wonderful. Yep. Sonia says the name of that site is Gobekli Tepe.
I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
that. Yes, that is the site
Okay.
that I see her being a
Okay.
priest at.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Danny, is this going to be a trip on a boat or over water? Because I got the Trident, and the Trident is Neptune, which is watery. So it might be that you fly over water, or that you're going over a lot of bridges. I don't know, but I get water coming in here. So I'm seeing here, but also what Terri has said. Control. Oh yeah, overseas to Hawaii. Okay, there you go. All right.
Mm.
I'm also getting, though, oh, it says a water journey, and of course it is because you're over water, but it also says controlled emotions. So Terri's right. Terri's so right. But isn't that true anytime you go with your family? The family is wonderful and you have a great time, but you're close together and you have to control because they push your buttons as much as you love them. You know, you have old stuff with them. But it says here, get ready to communicate and express yourself and to be more assertive is exactly what Terri said as well. So you have the power. It doesn't mean you have to start an argument, but all it's stand up for what you want. If you're going to go over there and everybody wants to go to Haleakala and nobody wants to get up at 3 a.m, you go. You know, because you have, in order to go up there, if you're going to Maui and you go up on Haleakala, you have to go up at 3 a.m to watch the sunrise. It's really cold, by the way, and none of us ever have any warm clothes. So bring something warm with you. And it says here, just remain fluid. I mean, it's funny. The water comes up again and again, but so do the emotions. And water is tied to emotions. Remain fluid and you'll have a great time. I think you'll have a wonderful time. I don't know. I went with my family the year I turned 60. Everybody showed up. It was wonderful. And I'll never forget that trip because my son was already going. My daughter said she couldn't go, but then she surprised me and showed up. So that was fun. Anyway, you have a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yes,
Yeah,
and Maui's just magical. Yeah.
it is. Actually, the everybody likes. My daughter just came back from the Big Island. I did not care for it. She loved it. Um, and I went to Oahu the first time I went, which was a great experience, but it's very congested there. And so I liked
Mhm.
Maui, but I also like Kauai. Kauai was
Mm,
gorgeous. It's a lovely
mm.
island. So,
Well, I've only been to Maui, and I wasn't this is gonna sound ridiculous. I wasn't prepared to like it even, and I loved it.
my husband was the same way. He had no desire to ever go to Hawaii, and he fell in love with it. I'm going to tell you guys something really important. When Terri was in Maui, she did her very first live with me on her cell phone, standing outside because she wanted to go live, and that was her. She says, "No, I'm in Hawaii, but I still want to do it," and it was fabulous. So there you go. That was a great memory, Terri.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So Karen wonders, has her sister Terri and she had a past life? We have a connection, even though she is developmentally disabled.
Okay. Well, let me take a look at this. So, dear Akashic Record Master and
Are
all
you
of
going to?
Karen's spiritual team has Karen had other past lives with her sister Terri. Well, they immediately said yes. Can you show me some highlights? Okay, I'm kind of stuck on Terri just a little bit. Even though, she's disabled in this life, she's a very, very strong spirit. She's got a lot going on there, a lot going on there.
Mhm.
I would not be surprised if that once in a great while she even communicates to you, uh, mind to mind, because she's
Huh?
very powerful, very, very powerful. And I hear her laughing in another
Mhm.
life. She's laughing at all this. So this weird. It's not like she's a male in that life. She's your brother. She's your older brother.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of green, so I'm kind of thinking Ireland. Um, oh, you guys have been interacting for a long time. In that particular life, you were brothers, but you were also adventurers, warriors. It looks like a life that was so fun. I am sure that you two worked together for your entire life and helped each other a lot in that life. So yes, at least one, and I think it's Ireland. Any others? And they're saying, of course, your soul family, and so you're going to travel a lot together. And why don't we ask about the future real quick? Is Terri and Karen going to be together in a future life? Can we have a little preview? Oh, they're showing me that in another life, it looks like here on Earth, that it. I know this is going to sound a little odd, but it looks like Terri is going to be with you, but as animal companions. That, and in this case, a lot of times with spiritual companions, they never come back in the life with us. But in this case, she's going to keep coming back as different animals, and you guys are going to travel together. And yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Oh,
Okay,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
Wow. So I got a beautiful card, Karen, for the Akashic Records, and it says, your sister is loves herself, and she has taught you about self-love. And it could be from another lifetime as well that she brought this through. But it says, you are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Always treat yourself with the love and respect you desire and the love and respect you give your sister. So very beautiful. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. She loves animals and she's very comfortable with them. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Very nice connection. Very nice connection. And Karen, I got Ellie. I got Ellie, and she's like, that's her mom. It's
Oh,
like she's giving you both a hug together. Yeah, your mom's there, and she she wants you to know. Your mom's like, well, you don't always have to read on me, but I love you. Oh, that's so cute. That's so
well,
cute.
that
Oh,
was really fun because it's very, very rare we get to see the future. So,
that's very true. That's very true. Oh my goodness. All right. So we got Charlie C, Sage of Fire. Do you need her name or?
what I kind of want to know is the sister on the other side or here?
Oh, sure. Charlie, let us
Like,
know
how
if
can
your
we
sister.
improve? So she must be
Yeah.
here. She must be
Okay.
here. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna read like that
Okay.
she's here,
All right.
and I don't think I need her name. Let's not out
Well,
her.
let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Those of you, next up will be Kim, Warrior Girl, and Morella. So please be here. All right. And Morella, I know you're here.
So I'm just going to talk to your whole spiritual team and discuss everybody, including the Akashic Records masters. How can their relationship improve? Well, right away they're talking about something that I talk about a lot, and I'm sorry if this is almost kind of boring. I say it so much. They're showing me that your life is your life, her life is her life. That we don't get to live this for anybody else. We don't get to do it for them, and we don't have to take their advice even. And so they're just showing me, always remember, it's you who has to, when you go back to heaven and you are at that life review, it's you that has to do that. She doesn't get to stand there. It's just you. And remember, the
Mhm.
life review is not judgmental at all. You're the only one that's going to judge it
Right.
even, but you're the one that's going to be
That's
there.
right.
It's going to be at hers. Okay. So
Yeah.
um, I see that your sister's quite wounded. She's wounded where that it looks like that there's a lot of I think she's had to go through a lot of criticism in her life, and that it makes her a little overly fast to respond and to be very uh, fight back immediately when she feels criticized.
Mm. Yeah.
um, so dear spiritual team, can you is there anything specific that Charlie can do to kind of help the sister along,
Wow.
to kind of help smooth this relationship out?
She's very defensive, Charlie
Yeah,
says.
very defensive. I could tell, very, very defensive. And it's because there's a lot of
Mhm.
inner wounds,
Mm.
a lot of inner wounds that are just popping their head up. This is not how her spirit has to be or must be. There's no spiritual wound here that I can see that's going from generation to generation. It's just a wound now. So just try to always come at it from love. Try to do your best to kind of keep it light.
Mhm.
Hmm. that's all I'm getting. I wish sometimes they give me some one-liners to help you, like, say something like,
Wow.
um, "Hey, sis, I'm just really curious.
Yeah,
I'm not being critical or anything, but I was wondering
yeah.
how, you know,
Polite.
how did you feel the other day?" Or
Mhm.
whatever, just I don't know.
Yeah,
Usually they give me
yeah.
something. They're not really giving me that. What did you get, Allie?
Okay. Well, I get here that she feels she's very alienated and she feels like she doesn't fit in.
Mm,
And and so and if she's defensive, then that would tell me that that's what she feels. She's like, again, well, don't judge me, don't judge me, that kind of thing. Because she does feel like it. She alienates herself on purpose. But I do get the rebuilding card here. But this has to be both of you to do this, not just for you, Charlie. Don't you dare go. I mean, no, you do whatever you want, Charlie. But I mean, you don't have to stick your neck out if she doesn't want to stick her neck out. In other words, if you both choose to do it, um, you can but it's going to take a lot of effort and determination on both of your parts. So it would have to be, sis, do you I would like to have a relationship with you. Would you like that with me? Let's do it together. But I'm not 100% sure how that would look for if she feels that way. But I do get that if you do, you will be rewarded for the effort that you took. And maybe it's just the effort that you don't know about until you're on the other side and you look back on it. In other words, you can only do what you can do. You're only responsible for you. But if you reach out to her, then you can say, I did try. That's about all I get. And I hope that helps. And I certainly didn't mean to say, don't you dare. Sorry. That's crazy. Anyway, you have free will, Charlie. You do what you want to do. Yeah. You help each other. She's your younger. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I did get a little bit more,
Mm.
and I feel like that for the sister, if she was amenable to it, I have an Akashic healing series. It feels like this would be a good fit for her.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but
If
maybe
she's
she's not.
if
Maybe
she's
she's not
spiritual,
open to
that's
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We certainly send you lots of hope for healing. I will tell you, my brother and I got back together after 14 years of complete silence on his end after we went to a funeral. And my son doesn't talk to his father, but found out last night that his uncle died. And I hope it opens the way for them to at least communicate because life's too short. So you're welcome. You're welcome, my dear. Um, it's wonderful that you want that to happen. I mean, that's half of it right there. So,
Mhm.
all right. So, warrior girl, a message from spirit
Message
today.
from
There you
spirit
go.
today.
Morello, then Carl, then Anya.
Hmm. Warrior girl, I just read for you not too long ago in a chat, and they were showing me, this whole team of very warrior looking like, um, spirit guides and stuff. And this time they're showing it a little differently, but they're still showing me you as a warrior, still holding the staff up. Remember, they kind of took the sword away and they're putting the wand in your hand.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. Now what do you have to say about that, spirit team? Okay. So they're showing me you holding the wand and like moving it. So they're saying you they would like you to get used to this a little bit more, to thinking about the magic that you have internally, the magic of spirit, rather than the kind of the sword of spirit. So this is going to be kind of a mindset shift for you a little bit, going from warrior, that warrior to help spirit, that warrior that is out there doing work, to the warrior with the wand, the magical warrior, the one doing that. So keep doing that. So things haven't changed a lot since I've talked to you, but they're just saying, start trying this out. Start trying out this wand, this staff instead of the sword, and see how that feels. So that's what I got.
All right. Very good. Kim, I'm sorry. I was supposed to go to you before I went to Warrior Girl, and you changed your question, so it went to the bottom, and I'll get to it. I have it. Thank you. All right. So Warrior Girl, first one I got is embrace the future. There's a sacred birthing in you going on. And I love this. Look at this. It's just these are the light code cards. You are in the midst of downloads all the time, and these light codes are working on you and with you. Then it says here that you have the control room. You have the control room goals. Whatever it is that you want to bring in, you can at this time. Whether spiritually, for sure. I want you to know that. And then it says water. And I love this because it's the emotions that you've been going through. But it looks like at the top that the sky is breaking and the sun is coming out. But you've always had your illumination in your vessel. And so it's going to bring you more illumination and hopefully a much, much better situation for yourself within the next bit of time. So thank you so much, dear. All right. So here is Kim's. All right. A message either from my aunt D2 or her ex Paul. Do you know who your guardian angel is? Okay. We'll see what Terri can come up with.
Okay. So I have to get. Your aunt D2, that's who I'm getting, and she is a lot of fun. She so she this is going to sound a little weird. She's coming in looking to me like Marge Simpson with the big hair, the big hair. Um, and but yet she's not Marge like in that she's a lot more cheekier, a lot more, Marge reacted to everything, but not Aunt D2. She stirred up a few things. Okay. And okay, let me get back. Aunt D2,
Oh,
what?
she's a devout Buddhist.
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Mhm.
she does know how to stir up a few things.
You go.
Okay. So, Aunt D2, why did you show me Marge? Oh, okay. So she's saying that she's using this icon of Marge because she's a lot like that. She said, if you really think about Marge, she really is kind of a spiritual architect. archetype. Think of how much she had to put up with Homer and the kids, Lisa and
Mhm.
Bart and the little one. I mean, she still seemed to be very much balanced in this very unbalanced world. Okay, so Andy too. So you're a Buddhist, you're showing me the balance. Do you have a message for Kim? And the reason I think she's so playful is because every time I tune into her, she keeps saying, Kimmy, Kimmy. Like she's calling me like a little kid.
She
Okay,
is Asian, she said. Yeah. Mhm.
okay. Kimmy, what do you have to say? Okay. She's showing me that you have a big spot in her heart, in her soul. That she's showing me that it's almost like she has a little house for you in her soul. Um, and she invites you to interact with her because that's a very quiet, loving place. So, Aunt D2, can you show me how she can interact with you? How can she? So, in any meditation or quiet time you have, or even just let's say you're going to have a cup of coffee or tea and you just have a small, quiet time. Oh, actually, she's showing me you at work, even a quiet time at work. Um, just think about her a little bit. Just thank her for that quiet space that she's helping to construct for you. Okay. Thank you, Auntie, too. Is there anything from you, Paul? No, Paul's.
I got Paul.
You got Paul. Good,
I
because
got
I don't
Paul.
go Paul.
Yep,
Okay. What do you
yep.
got?
I hate when I'm in a public forum like this, I hate to ask this question because I don't like to upset anybody, but did he have an addiction? Because that's what I get. I get, could be he could have been a drinker, he could have been a gambler. I don't know. And if not, I believe he may think he had one that wasn't taken care of. So I'm going to just leave it there. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass anybody or say something that isn't right. He said over time he has come to realize what a beautiful, beautiful woman you are and how much he loved you and enjoyed the time together. He said time has a way of making us wistful, especially when you're over here. I can look down and see how things are going. Oh, he smoked. Okay. And I miss you. I miss you. I think of the good things. I think of the good things. He said, now that you have gotten my attention, he says, I want you to know that you are unique like a snowflake. He said, everything, hindsight is 2020, but what's really 2020 is being on the other side and being able to look down and know that you were with the person you were supposed to for your highest growth. And despite whatever issues we may have had in the past, I loved you, and I'm glad that we were together. So that's what I got for you, for him. Yeah, yeah. Thank you
Oh,
so much. Thank you, dear. Yeah,
maybe another
we
time we'll
could
have
probably
time
ask.
to get the
Yeah,
guardian.
do the guardian angel thing. Sure. Yeah. All right. So Morella's husband is Reno, and she's wondering if she had another lifetime with Reno.
Okay, Reno. I'm just going to talk to you, Reno. Did you and Rella have another lifetime together? Can you show it to me? Take me there. Okay. You were husband and wife again in another life, and this life happened on the sea. Uh,
Ooh.
I'm having a hard time actually completely pinpointing it, but there, if you look at the globe and you look at where England and France are, and Belgium, the Swedish countries, there's a kind of an arc right there. Somewhere in that arc, you lived on that water. Okay. And you both worked very hard in that life. It was back in the time when fishing was an important thing that, um, life wasn't necessarily easy, but you were happy, so happy together because you two work well together. Okay, so anything
Mhm.
else, that you can show me about that? Oh, okay, so you were both very religious at that life too. You both went to church, and what I think is very unusual about it is that Reno is showing me that back then men ruled everything, always about religion, about the home, about everything, and he's showing that he took his cues religiously from you, that you helped guide that part. He's such a soft soul. He loves you so much. He's always showing me how much he loves you, but
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling you guys have probably had many lives together, but he's just showing me this one a long time ago, maybe about in the 1700s, and this fishing family that you had. Yeah, that's what I got.
That's beautiful. I got here that when you and Reno met, you, it's almost like you promised to meet again in another lifetime. You had that in your both of your minds. In other words, this is so beautiful. It has to last more than 50 or 60 years. It's got to be again and again, if that's possible. And it says here that new people and opportunities came your way. And while you still had work to do, you both enjoyed doing it. It wasn't work. It was like you and he just got together and said, "This has to get done. Okay, shall we have fun? Let's do it." And so that's what I'm getting from him. And I got goosebumps. So yeah, Reno is definitely
Yeah.
around you all the time and loves you so much. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I got such little I got the chills. Uh, Thank you, Reno. All right. So Carl is wondering, can he have a message from the masters for this week and the months to follow?
Ooh,
The masters. That's beautiful,
okay.
Carl.
So my
Mhm.
heart, Carl's heart to my. I'm just waiting a second for a master to show up.
Okay.
Um, so my friend Mark, the Spirit Whisperer, recently he did a show. There's two masters he channels often, Pan and an
Mhm.
Asian gentleman. And I cannot for the life
Dwal
of me
Cool.
remember
Dwal Cool.
Dwal Cool.
Dwal Cool.
Dwal
He was a
Cool.
Buddhist. Yeah.
Thank you for that,
Yep.
Alex. I could not
You're
remember
welcome.
his
Sure.
name. Dwal Cool.
No worries. Mhm.
So Dwal Cool is coming forward. And he comes forward exceedingly peaceful. And it's as if that by coming forward to meet with your spirit on my stage, because I have you and Dwal kind of on my stage, it's as if the peacefulness leaks out from him, covers the stage under your feet, just really, he really is very, very strong and peaceful. So Dwal,
Mm.
what do you have to say to Carl? He says, my son, you would do well in dwelling with me a little bit. So what he's talking about is, potentially in your prayer, quiet time, meditation, to think about him, do that with him a little bit. He said this, you need some of this peace to help ground you and make you more effective.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of showing me that, you have a really adventurous spirit. You're really adventurous. You're a very lively person. And he's saying that it isn't a bad thing to offset that a little bit, to spend a little time with him, spend a little time interacting with me. So, Paul, what else would you like to tell Carl? Oh, he's saying that over the past few months, he's seen great growth in you, great growth in your spiritual being, your spiritual growth, and that he is very, very proud of you, very, very proud of that growth. He sees you living in it and giving it to others too. That you've gone beyond just trying to grow yourself, but trying to kind of send that out to others. And so really the thing is just keep going, keep doing this, keep interacting. Call on me anytime you want. Call on any of the masters anytime you want. And I can kind of see in the background like Jesus and Buddha, Kuan Yin. There's many, many that you can call upon that would work with you. But really, what he's saying is kind of good job, good job. You're really moving ahead.
Yeah.
But I see you say it's been hell, Terri. But I also remember you're handling some of this.
Yeah.
You are somehow existing and growing anyway. And that's kind of the point of being here anyway. So blessings on you,
That's
Carl.
true. So Carl, I have a message here, and I understand you're going through a hard time, and I don't want it to sound trite or anything, but the message says round and round. Okay. And so what it's saying here is you're not applying some of the lessons that they've been giving you. So you're getting the same one around and around. And it says here, you got to let go of the past. You got to stop trying. And Carl, I'm the first person to say this has happened to me so many times you would not even believe that I'll get the same darn thing because I haven't learned the lesson. All right. So I pulled some cards that say from Ganesh, Lord Ganesh is who I pull cards from. And Lord Ganesh is the elephant god. And look at this beautiful little dog. The elephant god is embracing the dog. Okay. And we know, I know that you don't have dogs, you have cats, but to me, it's animals. So there you go. And it says you embrace, you take in, you help out, you work hard, you lament, you integrate with these animals, and you do the work. I think you would do really well with animal work. I mean, you already are. So, but embrace the innocence. And the next one is innocence.
Oh,
Sometimes we come to, yeah, sometimes we come to the point where we have to go back to think about something like a child might think about it, not as a person who's older and has lived. And it says, but you aren't an innocent, what they want you to know is that you are not a victim, and do not believe that you are, even though it's been hell. And I have a fresh hell here a lot myself, so I totally get it. It's not your fresh hell, it's our own fresh hell. And we have to say, I won't choose to be a victim to it. I'm not going to do that. And so they want you to concentrate. Look at the little mouse. The mouse is looking as he concentrates on a plan. And whatever that plan might be, write down some ideas, Carl. Write down some ideas. Say, this is what I have to do. But I'm not going to sit here and wait for something to come to me. I'm going to go to it. And if that means I have to take a job temporarily doing this or this to pay the rent, then I'm going to have to do that. But it has to come from you. I'm just the messenger. So, but they want you to know how dearly loved you truly are. And Carl, I love you. I'm not trying to scold you in any way, but the cards say you must work not to keep going round and round and round. And I'm going to take it as a message to myself, because I think that every one of us can tend to do that in our lives when we don't learn something the first, second, third, fourth time. So I know. We
I,
love you,
I
Carl.
just one more little thing for Carl, and it's a
Yeah.
housekeeping kind of thing. They're just reminding me of my library of stuff. When you're really in that hell, um, what I tend to do now that I know a few things, uh, I tend to look at the hell and say, huh, uh, I set this up. I'm responsible for this. Back in heaven, I decided that I would go through this to learn something, to grow. Okay, what's the
How
lesson?
stupid am I?
That's it. Let's learn it. Get it over with real quick. So,
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah.
if that helps at all. So,
I just want everybody, if you can, to send Carl a big hug of love and hope for most beneficial outcomes so he can pay his
yeah,
rent and the
yeah,
things start turning for him. And Carl, you take the responsibility as well. Um, Unfortunately, it's us that has to do the work, to take our own responsibility, but we love you dearly. So please know
yeah.
that. Okay, so we have Anya and then Book and Denise. Oops, sorry. And we are a little bit over here. We'll try to get these done though.
Okay.
Anya has an old peacock friend named Crayola. That's adorable. I love that. Yeah,
Well,
we are, a man.
Anya, I'm getting a pretty fast message from Crayola, and I I see that peacock. I said, lift his tail and kind of snap it up fast. So many colors, even colors that are not very peacock like. And I heard brighten up your life with a little color. So
Oh,
I think his message is color. Add a little color to your life, whether it's actually physically putting some color on your walls, if it's listening to music, just any color. It's all about color. And that way you're kind of reminded of Crayola. Crayola will help lighten your load a bit and lighten your spirit. Yeah,
mhm,
color,
mhm.
some color.
Yeah, I love that. Crayola and his buddy Snowflake would come up the hill to visit and chow down on her birdseed. Both passed years ago. I was closer to Crayola. We'd sit and stare at each other.
What a wonderful relationship.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Hello. Well, what I pulled was a bridge. And Crayola's saying that you are going into another phase of your life. Crayola's not around anymore, but he or she went over the rainbow bridge. You're not doing that. But I love the idea that Crayola, the most beautiful peacock with lovely colors, is over the rainbow bridge. It's all about color. Add more color to your life. But I got the bridge, which is balance and bridge the gap between the past and the future by remembering these little things that brought you so much joy. Focus on the joy. And like Terri said, bring more color into your life in whatever way you can, because I really do think that that's the message. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'd like to welcome you to the show, Ray. We are in our second hour and we are finishing up with questions. We hope you come back and see us again. We're here every Sunday, but we start at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern time. So thank you for being here and welcome to our community. All right, let me get these. All right, so we've got book, How Can I Get Myself to Get Past Resisting Therapy, based on how much it hurts. I can't make myself be the hero others are. I am a wuss. I need to get past the pain. So book has a condition that is a painful condition, physical condition. And Book is also a social worker, and she knows about dealing with pain, emotional pain, but physical pain to me is different than emotional pain, although it probably really isn't. Let's see what we can get for you, dear.
Let's see. So I'm just going to kind of tune into your spirit. And I'm not really going to ask a complete question here. I'm going to just let them see what they show me. Okay, that's really interesting. So they're showing me you like a crystal. They kind of I have this little selenite crystal, where there, this kind of pointy. It's kind of like they're showing me you as this, but they're showing that there's all these strands, these energetic strands all over it, just holding it hostage. And they're showing me just how much they love you, that they're just really sending their energetic love towards towards this crystal, to try to help take those cords off. Okay, tell me a little bit more. How can she remove some of these cords? What's going to go on here? Okay, so of course their energy is kind of helping you already kind of reduce some of the resistance, reduce some of the pain, some of the spiritual, psychic pain that you're into. And what they want to recommend, oh, okay, got it. What they want to recommend is you work with the angels more. So they're showing me something that they just taught me. I know that it may seem like, here I am on YouTube reading these things like, oh my God, goodness, I should know everything. I only know a teeny, teeny bit.
We all do.
And
That's right.
something they
Yeah.
just taught me is how to ward something. That's what what they said, warding. And so what I do now is, before a show like this, is of course I do my normal meditation, but when I go to the shows, in the physical shows, like the MeWe, what I start to do is I
Mhm.
sit down at my booth, or I sit down in my house here, and I call upon the archangels. So they want you to work more with the archangels, all the angels, and do it more deliberately. So they're saying, maybe call upon the four biggies first, like ask Archangel Michael in the morning, come in and say, please protect me, Archangel Michael. Protect if, let's say, you're at your property, the front of my property, the back of my property, the sides of my
Mhm.
property, top and the bottom
Mhm.
of my property. And then call in each of the four to do the same thing. Call in Raphael to to to
Mhm.
provide this spiritual support, but for healing. Provide healing in the front of my property, the back of my property, the sides of my property, the top and the bottom. Call in Archangel Uriel. Uriel is about forward movement. For
Mm.
me,
Mhm.
Uriel is about performance, giving a good performance here, now. Uriel is helping me do that because I'm a very shy person, actually. I'm an introvert. I would rather go sit in the corner and have you not look at me. Um, so, so Uriel
We'd miss you so much.
helps me get out of that. And
Yeah,
then call on Archangel Gabriel to help you receive the communications and the messages that you need to have, whether they're spiritual or whether they're day to day, whether about your health. Start there,
yeah,
and then start, calling in angels. Always call everybody. This is for everybody. Always call in specialty angels. If you need
true.
help,
Yeah,
call in a specialty angel. Like you are having trouble with pain, call in a pain specialist angel and set them to work on it. It might take a while, but it's the best way to do it. And also, again, I know I say this all the time, with angels, you got to say it out loud. Okay, even if it's just
yeah,
a, but you got to say it out loud. Whereas all of your other spirit
yeah.
guides, you could think it to them, but it works a little better with angels if you actually say it out loud. I think it's because you're committing to it.
Yeah,
So
I
please,
agree.
please do that.
So the therapist that needs therapy is one of the hardest positions to be in. And yet so many therapists work with people who, and I know you're not doing it anymore. I don't believe I think you're retired, but we work with people we need to learn from the most. My daughter has picked grief counseling and narcissistic fathers. She's had both issues so badly in her life that she brought that into her own practice. In your case, it's the other way around. This was your soul purpose. You're doing the soul work. You're discovering what it is that your life has been and continues to be, because the therapist is never not a therapist. And yet, to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a nurse, we are our own worst patients. However, that being said, you have a reason, because it's pain, it's physical pain. And that is very, very difficult to endure for anybody. I don't care who you are. Even when my shoulder hurt really bad yesterday and I was in agony, and it was like the world ended. And I realized what was it telling me? I was shouldering too much. And today I'm feeling a lot better. Um, it says here, move in silence and look at some of the hidden factors as to why you feel the way you do. And I believe that it's it's the idea that you are spiritual and you should be able to get above the pain. But no, that isn't always possible, book. We all have pain. We can say that we don't, and that we're working on it, and that we're able to move above it. But damn it, there are days when we are in trouble. We're in trouble. It says stay flexible and adaptable, go with the flow, become teachable. There might be techniques that can really help, so I can't even say it, help you. I don't know if water aquatics, things like that might be able to help you with some of the mitigation of the pain. They want you to unify your three bodies, your light body, your etheric body, and your physical body. And they want you to focus and see if there's some kind of meditation that you can do that will help to mitigate the issue. Of course, all of these are great to just say, oh yeah, do this, you'll feel better. And we know that may not happen. But this organ up here, the mind, is so powerful. And so, oh my God, we love you so much, book. I don't want you to have to get out. You can't make yourself the hero that others are. Honey, you are a heroine. You are a hero. You're on the hero's journey. If you picked this for some reason to occur in your lifetime, that's very heroic. Remember that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Last one we got is Denise. A lighter question here as we finish up. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. We certainly love you all, and we're happy that we could connect and give you some readings here today. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Kigaroo Spiritual Journeys. That's my friend Terri's channel. And Denise is a weekly reader. Will I be able to be helpful? Oh, honey.
How exciting.
I know, it is exciting. One of the things I noticed you were bantering about in the chat was whether you should record the readings. The only thing I want to say is if you do record the readings, a lot of the big spiritual people won't do it. Okay. If you do it, then you must say, while you know that this is being recorded, that this is for entertainment purposes only, because you don't want to create a problem for yourself or anybody else. Just my word of advice. But I'll let Terri go ahead and zone in here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got right away that yes, indeed, you're going to help people a lot. That, you have what looks like a moth or a butterfly in your icon. It could be, that could be an eagle looking at me too. Sorry, my eyes are old. It's hard to see those little pictures, but what I do feel when I'm kind of getting into this is a very expansiveness of spirit. It's very expansiveness. And to me, that just feels so hopeful, so good. So indeed, you are expanding your spirit and your spirit's reach. You're going to do very well. It's up to you whether you want to record these or not. That take Aley's warning into consideration. You are embarking on an amazing learning journey. By doing this all the time, I'm seeing that you are growing. You're especially growing that library. All of us readers start developing a library of when we see something, we know it means this. You are going to be significantly increasing your library of help.
Yeah.
And they're showing me that your card readings are very expansive. That in particular, I feel really, really drawn to tell you that the Akashic records can help you. That you may even want to consider taking a class in them. Valerie Kay, who's on our shows often, dragonflycrystals.store, she has classes in how to read them, and they're very affordable, well worth it, because I can see how somehow that your tarot card reading could be enhanced a little bit by being able to kind of reach into the Akashic records and double check. So a lot of times I'm doing psychic mediumship readings, but if there's anything iffy, I go to the Akashic Records Masters and say, what do you have to say about this? And so I have a feeling you have just big growth ahead of you, big growth. So
Yeah,
have
I
a good
agree.
time.
I agree. So the first card I get is the dice, and it says take risks and leap into the unknown. Get out of your comfort zone because adventure awaits. So I think that's a pretty damn good card for what you were wanting to do.
Yeah.
It says here that you will be a powerful source for other people's transformation, and you can hopefully help people release any energies that they feel are blocking them, which can come
Mhm.
from knowing things that are heard in readings. And it says here, they I get you're missing one puzzle piece, and I think it's funny because Terri said, of course, adding this might help this, and so I'm just feeling like, and I know that she also has a wonderful Buddhist master she works with that she used to work for, who is on the other side, so
Ah,
she's bringing in all those components. And I'm just seeing that, your job is unfinished at this point. You're going to be learning and growing and helping, and learning and growing and helping like we all do. And so, yes, Denise, I think that it will be, it's a great tool that you'll be doing, and a great thing that you'll be doing as well. So
yeah.
thank you so very much. Thank you. And thank you to Terri as well for hanging out with me. And thank you, moderators. You've been wonderful. And everybody have a beautiful day. I'll be on with Sheila Clifford, the animal communicator,
Ah,
at 2 o'clock today, Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to
yeah,
have your animals read, come on
yeah.
back. Yeah.
Um,
All right.
I'm gonna have Magic Monday tomorrow with Jean and Joan, and
Oh,
then
awesome.
at 3 Pacific, I am also going to do a healing show. So the Akashic Records Masters have been back in touch to do a healing, and it's going to be about
Awesome.
worry.
Awesome.
Worry. So the focus is worry.
Beautiful. Oh, oh, book. I love you, honey. We hope that you start to feel better. Yeah. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody. Worry is something we all need to release. So I think it's wonderful you're doing it. And after she talks about it, guess what you can do? Release. Thank you, everybody. Much love to all of you. Thank you, Terri.
all right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Allie, for having me on.